Welcome back to another CEO.CA interview. Sitting with me in Vancouver is Rosmus of Goliath Resources. So just before the show, a few days actually before the show we're at right now, you released some pretty significant results, I would say. The press release said you found a remarkable drill hole. Can you tell us more about that and why remarkable?
Well, it's not every day you drill a 1,300 plus gram meter hole, essentially grams times the meters. So this was, in this case, 39 meters of over 1 ounce material. It was like 34 grams of change, gold equivalent. So that's pretty significant. That would be definitely in the upper percentile of some of the top holes around the world, probably for the last decade. So it is remarkable, significant. And what it tells us, the fact that we're getting closer potentially to the source of, or the heat engine, the mothership that brought all this mineralization into the areas that we've drilled into to date.
Well, to date, I want to know, what groundwork took place with Goliath, because this is great news, but there must have been a lot of undertaking previous to this that we can learn about.
Yeah, so every year we learn more and more about the system. Of all the holes we've drilled into the Surebet discovery, we've had a 100% success rate. This past year, 92% of those holes actually had visible gold or abundant visible gold with coarse grain visible gold. So that's pretty significant as well. Certainly in a vein system because it pinches and swells. So it's basically a stacked system, kind of like a layer cake type of thing. And then for the first time this year, we drill into the intrusive, which is a reduced intrusive style mineralization, similar to like a snowline, where we're finding visible gold in that as well, which is pretty special as well, with lots of bismuth and moly. So, being in the terrain that we are, we have about a 3-month kind of window to drill. So realistically, we've only been drilling for less than a year and a half. So in total, we're talking about 100,000 meters to date, and the system just keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
Now, as the system gets bigger, you continue the drilling. Are you fully funded, and will you be doing another raise anytime soon?
No, we've got quite a bit of money in the till. I've raised $23 million kind of near the end of last year. So I think we're sitting around kind of 7 million-ish at the moment. And then right now I've got $9.5 million of warrants that are deep in the money. Average strike price around 62 cents. They all expire this year, sort of a third Q1, a third Q2, and a third in Q4, primarily owned by Crescat, McEwen, et cetera, those types of folks, a lot of family offices as well. So there's no immediate need to do any funding. As an example, last year came into the season, the 2024 drill season, had $4 million in the till. I didn't do a raise until it was like September. So there's no burn rate right now of any significant amounts, just G&A and obviously come to these shows and do these things. Then when the drills start turning, let's say in June of this year, July, then things kind of ramp up. But clearly we're going to have enough money to get a pretty big drill program off to a really good start.
And you mentioned Mr. McEwen, Rob McEwen, being a supporter. You've also got Eric Sprott as a supporter.
Yes.
Why are titans of the industry being involved with your company more important today, if ever?
Sure. I think they see what's happening in the marketplace. Things eventually, there's still that disconnect between the gold price and where the explorers are.
Absolutely.
They see Goliath, I believe that it is a world-class discovery that has the legs, all the characteristics of potentially being a tier 1 high-grade gold deposit in the future and being a mine in the future. And I strongly believe that's going to happen down the road once we complete our job.
Just to wrap it up here, curious to know if there's any other catalysts that are coming up for you in your mind for the rest of the quarter, maybe next quarter,
that's an easy one.
And a timeline for that as well.
Sure. Well, we have 89 reasons that some of the viewers might want to go do some due diligence, check out our stock, our company. We have 89 holes. Assays are still pending from last year. The bulk of those actually have visible gold in those, and we hope to have those out between now and like PDAC timeline,
which is March.
Which is March timeline. So, and if we get our assays sooner, then guess what? They're going to release them as soon as we can. Because right now there's still a bit of a bottleneck. We've got through the bulk of it, but it's still very slow. And I would say that's a very good reason to be looking at the story for near-term catalysts. And if the past predicts the future, Again, the holes that we have released to date from last year's drill program, we've had amazing results. Lots of gold, really good intercepts. As far as the balance of these holes, obviously we see lots of visible gold. I can't comment on how much gold we're going to have or what the intercept is going to be, but I think
we'll have to keep watching. That's
exactly
what we got to do.
Exactly.
Viewers who are watching, you can learn about Goliath on our website. Just search GOT and you'll see the investor chatter in real time. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.